থ্যাংক ইউ বিগত 100 বছর ধরে নিজেদের ক্যারিয়ার গড়তে আমাদের উপর ভরসা রাখার জন্য।
জর্জ টেলিগ্রাফ জীবন করে দেয়।
ILeague is best for my development.
What is so special in Monaghan? Why is Monaghan so special for you?
Monaghan always was honest with me.
Lots of rival clubs are Monaghans.
Which club?
You're working with the Monaghan team for 3 days now. There are a lot of young talent this time, like Sheikh Sahil, then Shubho Ghosh. They have performed wonderfully during the CFL. What are your views about them, the youngsters of Monaghan who have come from the academy?
Well, they are really talented. They're really talented. Interesting players, very interesting players. Been talk with the coach also, and he's quite impressed. With their level, the way they've been playing. Yes, still there's a thing has to be, things have to be working out on them because they're young. They need a bit of time. I think the Coach Kuna, I think know what he's doing. He had been working in different places in the world as assistant and working with the youth teams also. See, I understand the process that they have to go through. And definitely I feel that they're still going to progress much more. They're going to get in better much more. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see that that players are coming from academy also, from Monaghan Academy. I think it should be consistently. I think the club must be working on that, to be producing their own materials, their own players. Because these players, I think, grow in the house, there will be also the sentiment also will be attaching to them, for the club. And I think the players, when they're representing the club, I think they'll be having that extra thing, to look and say, I had spending this much of time in the club and into the youth, and definitely I want to also, it will be an extra thing that's coming to them, helping them, and also I think that's really positive and good for everyone.
We saw you having a long chat with the foreigners, especially Betia and Gonzalez. So what were you asking them? Were you giving them tips? Were they keen on learning from you?
See, they've been here for 4 months only, and it's really difficult. Monaghan also is coming this year with a lot of youngsters into the team. So somewhere it's become a kind of challenge, because you are coming as a foreigner, you struggle with a lot of things, then you're getting a new team, new players. So it could be much easier if they had come here and a team already was there, players with experience, players that have been playing already for a long time. Then they could come and just could adjust them. But now the situation is a little bit different. Monaghan is building up a team, so it's quite challenging, quite difficult for them, I feel. And I just trying to share with them my experiences when I came to India, and in which way maybe they can help in the players, but the way also they can, trying to understand situation, maybe be more calm, be more patient. I think this is the manner where they can really thinking, because I think if they sometimes in some situations they get a little bit nervous or a little bit upset, things are not working out, and I think with the pressure that's it's quite normal in Monaghan. So I think if they are able to find a way to deal with those situations, I think it should be good for them, and I think it would be good for the team also.
So you think to be a good player, you also need to cope up with the pressure of the fans and the media, right?
I just feel that you must concentrate fully into your job, because if you concentrate fully to your job, you're going to perform, and that should be the answer that I think it's what the supporters they want and the media they want also. So I feel you just must focus fully about your performance, about your training, about your game, the things that you're having to do in the pitch. I think that is the most important thing. Media supporters they're all expecting performance, they're all waiting for performance, and I think if performance is there.
So anyone says anything, you should just focus on your game, right?
Exactly. I think that's an important thing, because the coach they were really working hard, to plan a session, to come into a session, to go into motivating the players, making players to understand. So it's a lot of work put in by the coach, and the players, he must really fully focus what the coach is training and he's talking about. So if you really let your mind to be outside, you will not be able to focus about the daily training, the daily sessions. So I just feel that must concentrate very much what you are doing to the ground, and definitely the results and performance is going to come naturally.
So let's talk about Indian players now, especially attackers, strikers and wingers. They are not getting a lot of chances in Indian football because the striking positions are mainly dominated by foreigners. Do you think this is affecting the national team? Because we don't have a second or third option after Sunil Chhetri, I think.
I feel Indian players, they must be more flexible also. They must. When I came to India, I used to play as a winger. And with the time, I become as a 9. I become target player. I move in different also as a number 9, also playing different roles. So you have to be open. Sometimes you cannot say that I play as a wing and a field there and it's done. So you must maybe find a way where you can find yourself, where you can find the best football for yourself. Number 9 in India, it's a position where there is not many Indian players are playing, but I think that they're getting opportunities. And I feel as a foreigner coach also, I think no one is going to keep in a good forward of your team because of foreigner. Say, the foreigner is better than you and you're going to stay on bench. I feel the coach is going to find a way where he's going to use also that Indian player, maybe in different role, maybe in different position. I think it's what I feel. What I mean to say is that you have to really challenge yourself. You have to really look into develop yourself as much as you can as a player, as a forward. Forward is not only one target player over there. You can play in the attack, you can play all in different zones. I play in Monaghan as winger, target player. I play as a midfielder. I play even as a defender when it was needed. When I seen that things are not working out defensively, maybe I must come a little bit behind and help my team.
So whom do you think is the most promising Indian striker after Sunil Chhetri right now? Who is the most promising one?
Wow. I have seen a lot of attackers. Attacking players realize the role what Sunil is doing now. I'm not seeing anyone that a really attacking player that is as Sunil is really difficult. I'm not saying no one going to be like Sunil, because Sunil had taken a long time to reach in that level, but at least players that really go in that way.
Even Sunil Chhetri has felt the pressure in Kolkata. Then he developed himself and went there a long way and then became a legend-like figure. So you think the other players should also come up along his way and become legends like him? So they have to work with the pressure. They have to develop themselves, right?
I think the pressure is important, but what made Sunil, I think, to be Sunil is about to be himself, to be important. I think what made Sunil to be here at this level is because he say, I want to be a Barreto, I want to be a Baichun one day. I think it's what made the difference on him. It's not, I think he won't get in the same importance what Barreto also was getting. When he came to here, I think he learned with that. I say, wow, Barreto is getting that much of importance. that much of ball. Okay, the same number of balls Barreto is getting, other players are not getting. So he started to say, yeah, I want to be this guy. I want to be a player where I also want to be a reference, where I want the ball to reach more on me. But for the ball to reach more on me, I also must score more goals. For that, then I'll become a reference into the ground. I'll become a target player. I think this is the step what Sunil have done, and the step what I have done was here. It was totally mental.
So I have a question regarding ILeague now. So ILeague has been recently turned down to a second division league. So do you think players will be more reluctant to join the ILeague teams, because many ILeague teams have developed a lot of players, they have produced a lot of players, but now it is the second division team. So big players, do you think they would be reluctant to join the ILeague teams?
I think it's possible. I think somewhere now we're getting a bit more challenged, because I think as a Selig came, I just feel that somewhere ILeague also a bit to wake up, and I feel that challenge must be there. I think the challenge what always will be there. I expect it really like a bit of challenge come from all India, and to really making ILeague more desirable, make ILeague a tournament where the players also maybe in a moment to take a decision to go to ICL and to go to ILeague. They say, I think it would be better for me, for my development, to play in ILeague now. I think we have to reach at that level. I don't think we are in that level now. I think we are in the situation today that definitely players will be preferring to play ICL than ILeague. But I think we're having to work out, keep working for one day. At least the players, they can thinking that ILeague is best for my development.
So I have one last question, but before that, I have one huge fan of you with me, Mriganko. He has called you for the last 8 months. As you know, he wants to ask you 2 questions. So I would hand over the mic to him, then I will come back. Okay.
Hello, Barreto. You have playing for Monaghan for lots of years, and you played so many games for Monaghan, and you have to bypass every proposal in the end of the year by the rival clubs and all. Why you choose Monaghan after all that? What is so special in Monaghan? Why is Monaghan so special for you?
See, I believe in honesty. I'm really believing in honesty, and Monaghan always was honest with me. The club always was honest with me, and I really believe. I believe in honesty. I really believe to be loyal, to be loyal to people, or whatever, or for the people I'm working, or friends, or family. I believe on that. So I don't. Money cannot change you, or that looking for power, whatever. And I think it cannot change you. I think you have to be who you are, what you believe, and I believe on that. I feel that Monaghan always, they really had showing true love to me. They always had been honest to me. They always try everything to make me happy. It's not only me, but when I'm talking about me, I talk about my family also. I came to Monaghan when my daughter was 1 year. My wife was new over here, and Monaghan always, they have done a lot for me in that way. So I can't keeping things behind and away and say, I think I'm going to move in, to another club to getting more things, or to more recognition, to more power. These things I think is not working with me.
Now you're becoming coach. Whether you will take the challenge of their proposals, that whether you will be coaching them, those who are giving the proposal of becoming players of their clubs, and whether you will take the challenge of their clubs or coach.
Which club?
Lots of rival clubs are Monaghan's.
See, I'm preparing myself as a player, you prepare yourself to be the best. I want to be the best also. Even if you don't be the best, but it must be your vision. I want to be the best coach, and I want preparing myself in the way that I can coach in anywhere in the world. I'm not preparing myself to say I want to only coach in India, because maybe in India won't be enough demand on me, maybe because of my history or because of things. But I'm preparing myself really to be coaching in the world. Any club. I always believe in that. Life is a process, it's a learning process, and it's a process. And I really ready to pass into that process to reach at my best. We never know when it's going to happen. That's why I'm saying Monaghan is, yes, it's a dream to be achieved, but we don't know. Maybe in the process to be a coach of Monaghan, I have to pass it maybe for 1 or 2 clubs more, to be in that level to coach in Monaghan. And if it's going to be for me to be at my best when I'm good coaching in Monaghan, I'll be more than happy of that, because I'll be able to deliver something good, something where everyone will be satisfied, will be happy. I think that's the way I'm thinking.
Few months back, Majid Baskar was in town, and lots of people, those who witnessed you as well as Majid, you two, used to say that you two are the greatest players, greatest foreigners played in Kolkata, in India.
Yeah.
How much you will rate this compliment of all people?
Wow.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I think to be, of course, to be compared with, I think since I came to India, people talking about Majid and they say he was the best. And I never, want that. I never look into it. I never really seeking to be the best player to that. I always trying to give him my best, into the pitch. I always trying to help me, my team win. That was always my thinking. So I can say I'm really happy that, to reach into a level when you're being compared with one of the best players that had been in India. So I'm really happy to be in that level. So I think I work really hard for that, and really happy to be recognized for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So thank you for giving us so much time. Thank you. We have spent wonderful 30 minutes with you, and you have waited for us so much. So thank you very much. Last question is, who is your favorite player? Favorite Indian player and favorite foreign player you have played with or against?
My favorite Indian player, of course, Bai is there. What I play with.
And favorite foreigner?
And a foreigner, wow, that I play with. Wow, guys, I play with a lot of guys you don't know that have done at very international level.
In Gremio, right?
Yeah, I play with Grêmio, I play with Emerson. He played for Juventus, he played for AC Milan, he played for Bayern de Munich, Bayer Leverkusen. Emerson was, I think, he really reached. He was in the national team 2002 when we won the World Cup. He was in that team, but unfortunately he got injured in the pre-season. I think Emerson was an amazing player, but I think that for a level that I had to play with and really enjoy.
So thank you very much. He has a gift for you. He'll be gifting you something as a fan. So thank you very much, Barreto. Do you have any message for the fans who supported you for so long and even now?
Well, I'm really always proud to be a Monaghan and to be representing these colors. I think to be part of you also, and what I can say that you are part of me also, and once again it's really good to be in Kolkata, to be I think meeting most of the fans, to be that contact, that relationship again, and to be together, and of course it was really a pleasure to talking, to be answer some of your questions. I think for sure supporters also they be I think more than happy to know a bit more from me.
So thank you very much for giving us so much time. Thank you.